This is a quick little tip I have for you today. This is for iTunes and iPhoto both, because both of these applications are basically the front ends to a database. iTunes is the front end interface for your music MP3 database, and iPhoto is the front end interface for your photo database. And as such, you can have more than one database or more than one library. So, for instance, say an iPhoto. Say if you had your, say you had. Well, I'll open up iPhoto here. Say you had your personal, your family photos and everything. If you wanted to keep those in one iPhoto library, but say you were also a hobbyist photographer, or you run your business, a photography business, and you use iPhoto for your professional photos, and you want to keep those two libraries separate. You can see I just opened up my personal one just by clicking iPhoto. I'll quit that. You can also, before you click iPhoto, hold down the Option key on your keyboard and click iPhoto, and it'll ask you which iPhoto library you want to use, or if you'd like to create a new iPhoto library. And so every time you open iPhoto, if you hold down the Option button, you'll be able to choose back and forth between, say, your personal library and your work library, or however you want to divide it up. I'm going to quit that. The same thing goes for iTunes. You've got your you've got one library. It's got all your stuff in. This will take a second to launch because I have an extensive library. There's most of it. And okay, there's your one library. But just like iPhoto, close that out. If you hold down the Option key and then click on iTunes, it's going to ask you which iTunes library you want to use, or do you want to create an iTunes library. So there's a very simple way to have two different libraries or more for your iTunes collection and your iPhoto collection.